Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to the channel for a brand new video, a big video. Obviously, you know by now, the OpTic Dallas or OpTic Texas announcement is officially official, and there's a lot to talk about with this deal. I'm going to just do this like, I'm just firing from the hip here, trying to go as quick as possible while also giving accurate information. There's a lot to talk about, and I want to get it out there. But let's just start from the beginning. We had the official announcement, OpTic did their process, all of that. And we got this from the COD League then after the roster was made official by both orgs, I guess the one org now, but it was all made official. This is their lineup. So that's not the important part, though. I don't really want to talk about that as much because we all knew this was happening. We knew OpTic Dallas, or now, like I said, OpTic Texas, was going to be a thing. What we didn't know, and we really still don't know, is what happened to the 12th CDL spot because it's just vacant right now. And we got this from the news from Deserto, or I think I said it correctly, Deserto. We got this that Envy also bought the 12th spot. They bought the 12th spot from Energy in the deal, and they hope to sell it. So Energy is out. They are done. So this is important. I mean, first of all, people are saying, oh, Envy must have all this cash. They're able to just buy two spots like this. It's not really buying a spot. You're not forking over cash. You're kind of just taking on the debt. So basically, the debt that Energy took on to get the spot originally, that debt is now owned by Envy, and their goal is going to be to pass that debt on to somebody else to be the owner. So it's not really a transfer of cash. It is more so just a transfership of ownership and a transfership of debt now to Envy from Energy. So that's interesting. But yeah, now we know Energy's out. That 12th spot is currently owned by Envy, and we can say with 100% certainty that Envy is not allowed to run two spots. It happened in Overwatch when OpTic was bought by Immortals. Immortals, they did run two teams for a little bit, but there was a set date where they had to sell by a certain date. And after that date, if they couldn't sell the spot, they would just have to forfeit it back to the league because they are not allowed to run two spots. So that would be my assumption here. I can't say for sure, but I would assume if for some reason Energy can't, or not Energy, excuse me, if Envy can't sell this spot by the start of the season, they will forfeit the spot and it will pretty much be vacant. However, there does seem to be some rumors that there will be a sale. So this goes against what I was told, but I also, and I'm sure this is coming from people that are more connected than me. So this says that, of course, like it says at the bottom here, Envy OpTic has also acquired the Chicago slot, which is expected to sell before the upcoming season with multiple interested parties. So that's the intriguing part, because if there's multiple interested parties, that spot's going to sell. There's really not a doubt in my mind that spot will sell. If there's teams that want to buy it, somebody's going to get it. And here is why. Now Envy has this spot, right? They're just sitting on this spot, and they know they can't run it. It is not allowed for them to be able to run two teams. So really, they don't have any bargaining power. They know they have to get rid of it. They just have to get rid of it for whatever price. So what I would think, what I'm almost certain will happen, is they're going to end up taking a loss on the spot. So basically, if they brought over, just say $20 million in debt, they might only be able to sell $15 million of that debt to the new buyer. They would lose $5 million in that case. However, of course, I guess from their perspective, you could say getting Scump, getting Hex, getting OpTic, that's more important than $5 million, which I would probably agree with. That's a pretty big deal to get Scump's brand and Hex brand and OpTic and all that. So that's where that is. But they don't have any bargaining power. Like I said, they have to sell it. Now, this does open the opportunity to me because I think there were a lot of teams, in my opinion, I guess I can't say for sure, there were probably teams interested in buying CDL spots who would be very good organizations. However, they worried about the cost of the spot, which makes perfect sense. At the end of the day, it still is a business. So even though they really wanted a spot, they just could not justify the price for the spot in their opinion, so they couldn't do it. And like I said, that makes perfect sense to me. It really, sorry, I keep looking down there. I wouldn't blame them for not wanting to pay that much for a spot. But however, now, like I'm saying, Envy, they don't have any leverage because they have to get rid of the spot. So this could open up a situation where a team who could be a really good organization but just couldn't quite afford the $25 million, they might be able to get in here at a discount, which that's interesting to me because we could get, Washington, for example. They are out now. Maybe they come back in because it could be cheaper. I doubt it. I feel like they're pretty much out at this point. But Complexity, they're another one who could come in. I mean, Rise Nation, Cloud9, there's multiple teams, and again, it says right here, multiple interested parties. We don't know who they are for sure, but we know they're interested, and it's very important to note they likely will be able to get the CDL spot at a discount, and that should definitely attract more organizations where, when I was told, and maybe other people were told it might not sell, that was probably under the assumption that the spot would not be at a reduced price. But now we know there's a good chance it can come at a reduced price, and that can certainly open up more interest from multiple parties. But we do see here, people were saying Complexity a lot, and this, from Jake Lucky, he should have added here, which he didn't, and it's kind of important. People know that Complexity is owned by the Dallas Cowboys, of course, so they're saying, okay, now that OpTic is not called Dallas, they're just called Texas, that could open up a spot for Dallas. And Jake says here, OpTic Texas was decided and negotiated for as it expands their marketing rights in the CDL to a larger portion of Texas. This includes exclusivity in the sense of Austin, Texas, meaning no other teams can have their city be Austin. What he did not say, though, is that they also included Dallas and Oklahoma City in their exclusivity. So that means Dallas, at least for now, cannot be a thing. It cannot be the Dallas Complexity or Dallas whatever they would be, for example, if Complexity owned them. So that's not saying Complexity can't buy a spot. They certainly still can buy the spot, and they could still base it in Texas. But it would probably have to be Houston or a different city or San Antonio or something, because Dallas is off limits. Again, I wish Jake would have said that here. He didn't. That might have cleared up some confusion. But Austin, Dallas, and Oklahoma City are all off limits for whoever does buy that 12th spot. And really, the only other question remains, what if the spot can't sell? Again, at this point, I am going to assume it is going to sell, because they can just get that reduced price, and that really takes any leverage away from Envy's hand. Like I'm saying multiple times now, they know they have to sell the spot, so they're probably going to do whatever they can, to sell the spot, because even if they only get $5 million for it, it's better than the other option, which might be forfeiting their spot entirely back to the league for the league to sell it. In that case, Envy, I don't think will get any money. So they're going to sell the spot, in my opinion, now. They're going to sell it for a loss, but it is going to open up an opportunity for a new team to come in here with a little bit less money on the line and get themselves a spot in the CDL. So I would say at this point we will have 12 teams. If we don't, all these reports have said the spot is expected to sell and must sell before the season starts. So if for some reason the spot wouldn't sell before the season starts, like I said, I think it would just go back to the league, and it would sort of be a team that's kind of run by the league for the 12th spot, which obviously we don't really want to see that happen. We'd rather it be a dedicated organization with a whole staff, facility, all of that. But it remains to be seen. However, I do expect it to sell, and I think it's probably going to sell sooner than later now that these teams know they can get it at a better price. So I just want to clear that up, because I think a lot of people are going to be talking about, oh, OpTic Texas, that's so cool. But I think the bigger story here is definitely who gets the 12th spot. That's been getting a lot of discussion for a while now, and I think this news with Envy buying this spot does open up the opportunity for a team to get in there. And I do think we are going to see the spot sell before the season starts. So anyway, that's going to do it for this quick video. If you enjoyed, let me know by leaving a like down below, and for sure leave a comment as well with your thoughts on this, awesome news. What you think about the team, the 12th spot, all of that, let me know down below. And also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more CDL news, breakdowns, all kinds of videos from me in the future. I really like covering Call of Duty, and I hope you enjoy watching the videos as well. So I thank you all for the support so very much. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day today. I'll talk to you guys in the next video.